With COVID-19 pausing the NHL, it's time to do some Detroit Red Wings midseason grades.
You're Locked On Red Wings, your daily podcast on the Detroit Red Wings. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, welcome back to the Locked On Red Wings podcast. I'm your host, Brian Fisher. With me today, as always, is the other host here, Scotty Bentley, also host at Locked On Tigers. And Scotty, we have got a fun episode planned for the people today.
We do. A little nice little beauty in the midst of a big lack of playing hockey.
Yes. And that's part of the reason why we're doing this now. Normally, we wait another 10 games to do midseason grades, which is what we're doing today. Because they're only at 31 games played. 41 is the exact halfway mark. But because there's this pause, we decided that now is the best time to do midseason grades. And I know we have a lot of opinions on a lot of players, and we're going to try and power through them in what is now already 29 minutes remaining in this episode. So it's going to be very brief. I feel like at some of these players, especially the forward core with how large it is. But I feel like we shouldn't waste any more time.
If we have a big discrepancy, then we'll talk about it. But if we're in the same ballpark, there's really no need to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but first, got to make thank you guys for making Locked On Red Wings your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms, including YouTube. So if you're not watching us on YouTube already, please go and subscribe. You won't regret seeing Scotty's face. You might regret seeing mine a little bit. But
Enforcer Brian, man, you everybody loves seeing your face.
Thank you. Let's get right to it here as we try and power through this roster. Let's start off with the top line here. I feel like this is going to be the easiest one to do. Dylan Larkin, the captain, midseason grade so far, A+.
Yeah, I have it as a flat A. I mean, there's really not too much to say.
I mean, career
over
year.
A point a game. Yeah.
Can't had his first career hat trick.
Can't ask for too terribly much more.
Let's go to the wing on him then. Tyler Bertuzzi. What is your grade on him?
I have Bert at an A-. I think he's had a phenomenal season. But I feel like it's impossible to overlook the fact that he hasn't played, whether it is due to playing in Canada or being on protocol, which is the health and safety protocol thing isn't really his fault, that as much as, everybody's on that list currently. But there's still, he's the only person in the NHL that can't play in Canada. And I can't not overlook that.
Yeah, I gave him a B+. And the reason I gave him a B+ is he started off the season really hot before going on an 11-game scoring drought altogether. He's the only facet of that line that has gone cold so far. And then, of course, like you said, not being able to play in Canada is a huge detriment to the roster without going into the whole, down that road. The fact of the matter is that there are games where he is not available due to his own personal choice. And then add on to that scoring drought, B+ is the best I could give him. Now, the other easy one, Lucas Raymond.
This is the easiest A+ we'll get on this whole list.
Dude comes in. Steve Yzerman himself said that he expected him to have to do some time in the AHL. Comes out, rookie of the month in the month of November. Yeah, A+, without a doubt.
Easy A+.
Now it starts to get a little bit trickier, I feel. We'll probably might have a little bit more discrepancies as we move into the bottom 9 forwards. Let's go with the second line center in Pius Suter. What do you got for him?
I'm going to give him a B. I think that he's provided a lot of really solid, when he is the second line center, he's been decently solid. A couple of bad games that we've pointed out, but those were even kind of early on in the season. The only time that I've been disappointed in Pius Suter is when he has had to play a much bigger role than what he was brought on this team to play. And I'm not going to knock him for that too terribly hard. So I've given him a solid B.
Actually, I'm right in sync with you on that one. I think he's been good for the position that he got brought in for. He got brought in to be the second line center. He's done a good job. He's at a half point per game. There are some games where he looks really good, and there are some games where he looks bad. A lot of those times where he looks bad are when he's playing above his pay grade, quite literally. Yeah, a B is solid for him. I have to agree. Robbie Fabry on the wing. What do you got for that?
I'm going to give Fabry a B plus, just because I think that it's kind of the same situation as Suter, where he has had to step up a lot more than I think what was asked of him. But I think he has done a little bit better when he has been asked to step up than Suter. And especially, I mean, the last week or so before the shutdown here, he was really feeling himself. So maybe a little bit of recency bias, but I'm going with a B plus.
No, I completely agree. B plus. I mean, I think out of the three guys that are on that second line, he is the most capable of stepping up onto the first line when a player is absent, and we've seen it.
Got him an extension. Got him a bag.
Yeah, got him an extension. He had 3 goals in 2 games, something like that. And again, recency bias might be a part of it, but I think that Robbie Fabry, for a guy that you got for Jacob De La Rose, and that's looking at bigger picture stuff, not just the 30 games here that the Wings have played. I mean, he has been a great top 6 forward for the Detroit Red Wings. I think B plus is very fair. Now, here's the most controversial, polarizing player, Filip Zadina.
You want me to go first again? I am going to give Zadina a C plus, and I think that it is not. I think we all need to realize that a C plus is not. I didn't give him an F, but the scoring has clearly been a big issue. I think honestly the only reason that I still have him even at a C plus is because he, at least lately, has shown a little bit more aggressiveness and is trying to shoot, which I like and enjoy. But it has certainly been a letdown of a season and honestly career up to this point.
I'm giving him a C minus.
I'm not gonna pitch a fit over it.
He's a player that is supposed to be a pure goal scorer who hasn't been scoring goals. He's got a shooting percentage of 5.6%. I know he's got struggles, and 5.6% is not going to last forever. But as it stands right now, and I know he's got more growth to do. And again, like you said, Scotty, it's not the end of the world giving someone a C. It's like literally average. So I'm giving a C minus, which means slightly below average. I want to see more out of him.
Yeah,
and I think
people realize this type of student that I was. You realize that a C plus is pretty darn good in my book.
C's get degrees, baby.
Damn right.
But yeah, Zadina, I want to see more out of him. I just haven't seen it. C minus so far. Now we get to the trenches of the lineup. Let's do our last one that I think we're both going to agree gets a very positive review, and Vladislav and Mesnikov.
Go.
Okay.
No, that's an A. That's an A for
absolutely.
Me. That's not even a contest. That's an A. He is he's 5th on the entire team in points, and he's playing third line. That's the easiest. That's a very easy A.
Yeah, 100% agree. Like you said, 5th on the team in points, 16 points in 31 games played, on pace for a career best. A shooting percentage of 19.2% for Vladislav Mesnikov. 19.2. That is elite territory. By the way, we have several guys with elite shooting percentages right now. Dylan Larkin at 19. Tyler Bertuzzi at 20%.
It's nice to see Lark's up there, given that his was so low last year.
Yeah, his was horrible last year, which is part of the reason why last year I was down on him, but don't need to go back to that. Mesnikov is an A. We agree on that. Gosh darn, who even plays with him? When these lines
Rasmussen?
You
want to do Rasmussen?
Yeah, let's do Michael Rasmussen.
That one is I guess a C, maybe. That might even be a little on the high end. I've been pretty. I mean, I'm not going to give him an F. He's playing third line, but he certainly hasn't been very productive and has actually made some pretty blatant mistakes this season as well that are like very clearly like this bad thing happened because of Michael Rasmussen. So
yeah, he's like a D for me.
No, I don't blame you.
He's got the capability of being a very solid bottom 6 forward for this team, but he has not had a good season whatsoever. Outside of that, let's go Sam Gagne. You want to do Sam Gagne? I know he's another center.
Sure, yeah.
Love me some gags.
I'll give Gagne a nice little B or a B plus. He's had a nice little year down there. He's 12 points in 31 games down there in the third line. Sure, why not? We brought him in to be a depth piece for this team, and he's been that.
And he's been a good depth piece for them too. I mean, he's provided that. I almost want to say veteran presence, but he's only 32. Like that is a veteran presence, but he's not like ancient. He's on the back half of his prime, and he's playing decently well in the bottom six. We got to continue to break down these forwards as we about halfway through. But first, I got to talk to you guys about Primal Origin oils. Got beard? Get Primal. You heard me right. If someone you care about has a beard like myself, it needs to get Primal. Maybe you're that guy who has never considered the benefits of treating your beard with product. Primal Origin oils will stop the itch and make your beard look healthy and groomed. No, Scotty, right here. I just trimmed this beard today. Applied some oil to it.
You look fantastic.
Look at that. It looks real
sharp.
Fantastic. My girlfriend complimented me on it as well. So I'm very much a words of validation type guy. So
you're feeling good about yourself.
Feeling good about myself, and I got to thank the oil for that. The products are free from harmful synthetic ingredients and with low impact on our planet. Primal Origin Oils makes balms, oils, and whipped butter that are renowned as the best feel in beard care products. All products are fair trade certified and handcrafted in the United States of America. The combo kits make a great holiday gift, and if you're shopping for yourself, you'll be glad you did. We know that every company claims to have the best, but Primal Origin Oils challenges you to compare their ingredients and the feel in beard to the other products that you've used. We promise you will see and feel the difference. Remember to use code LOCKEDON to get 20% off at primaloriginoils.com. That's locked on at checkout for 20% off. Also got to talk to you guys today about Built Bar. The holiday season is quite literally here. It's like 3 days away, guys. And you only got a few more days left to get some delicious Built Bars with the awesome Locked On promo code LOCKED15. And you'll be happy that you did, because it has the best of both worlds, delicious and healthy. You got low calories, low sugar, low net carbs, low fat, but incredibly high in protein. It gives you that extra fuel you'll need to bust down those mall doors and battle all those holiday shoppers, especially as you're getting close to the deadline here, people. Or if you're just standing in line, they just seem to be endless. Built Bar gives you that extra something to keep going. So throw one in your jacket or purse. You never know when you're going to need it. Go to built.com, use promo code LOCKED15 and get 15% off your order. Again, use promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at built.com. Second segment, Locked On Red Wings here, as Scotty's trying to hold back laughter as I had a failed launch into the segment a second ago.
It was a bar.
I tried to combine like 3 words into one. I think I said smegma or something like that. Is that a segment? We are doing midseason grades for the Detroit Red Wings. We're almost done with the forward core before we move on to the defense. We have 4 more players we want to talk about. We will not be grading, obviously. Jacob Vrana has not played a single game yet this season. Not going to grade Mitchell Stevens because he didn't play that long before he got hurt. Some of the guys who got called up, like Chris Kulo, not going to grade. He hasn't played enough games for us to really feel like he needs one. But we are going to talk about Adam Ernie, a cult favorite around here. I got to give him a C, though. Like, he's been okay. He's been average. He's not been scoring an 8-game stretch like he did last season, but he hasn't been awful either. I give him a solid C.
Yeah, no, I mean he was brought in just for depth, and if he was even half of what he was last year, it would have been a major success. He's way down there in the lines as a depth piece. He's fine. I'll give him a C.
Yeah. Joe Velano, who are someone we were hot on at the very start of the season, has since he had a great stretch, a great stint at the beginning of the season before getting sent back down. He's come back up thanks to the Mitchell Stevens injury as a permanent fixture on this bottom 6 lineup. He's a really tough one for me.
He's a tough one. So here's the thing with the young players that I struggle with in this one, and when I did this for the Tigers that I struggled with, is I don't want my grade to represent how good I think they could be in the future. And I hold that with Zadina. I hold that with players like Velano. and on the baseball side, I held that with a lot of the young pitching. I don't want I'll give Velano a C minus. And he hasn't been that good outside of like 3 games, but that has zero representation of how good I think Velano could end up being. That is not a ranking of my potential rating for him. That is just what in 15 games he has given us, which is close to nothing.
Yeah, so the one redeeming factor for Joe Velano is definitely, and I hate to be the guy who always brings up shooting percentage, but is his shooting percentage. I mean, he's got a very solid 12.5%, which is hovering around the league average, which means when he shoots, the puck goes in at a decent clip. It's just that he's not shooting a lot. And that, I don't know if that has to do with, he's only got 24 shots on the season in his 15 games played. And I don't know if that has to do with where he's playing in the lineup, because he is playing bottom 6 minutes. And we are in agreement that he has top 6 potential, especially with his style of play. But the fact of the matter is, if he does have top 6 potential, even at limited minutes, he should be excelling, right?
Right.
So he has just been okay. So I'm right there with you. I think I might go to a C with him, not a C minus, but we're pretty lockstep in that. He hasn't looked great, but he hasn't looked awful either. He's got room to grow, but that doesn't factor into the fact that, as he stands right now, this is what we've been given.
Right. Exactly.
I want to wait. I want to do Smith last out of the forward core. Let's do
Carter
Rowney real quick.
Sure. I'll give Rowney. Jeez, I don't know.
He's a tough one, right? We don't look at him that often.
Yeah, I'll give Rowney a C or a C minus, like a
C minus,
like not a it's not like a big negative, but he plays at the bottom, and he plays in the 4th line and goes out there and he'll get you a point once in a blue moon. For the most part, he's pretty much just out there to make sure that his job is to make sure that the score when he enters the game is still the score when he leaves the game, and he does that at a decent rate, I guess.
Yeah, he's a defensive-minded forward on this team. I mean,
right.
that's what he does. He's got 19 games played, so he's a healthy scratch quite often. He's only taken 9 shots on the season. He's only got 3 points, but he's only taken 9 shots in 19 games played. I mean, that's the role that he's trying to play. He's got 17 block shots, and he's got 28 hits. I mean, that's just the role he plays. A C minus is where I'm at with him. I mean, he's just been okay. He's the bottom 6 forward. That's pretty much invisible. For the most part. That's where the depth really kind of falters. He was the guy. There's nothing against Rowney as a person, but it's like one of the guys when Steve Eiserman signed him. I was like, well, why? There's so much competition in the forward core already. I didn't know why they signed him. He's been okay. He's been decent. C minus.
Agreed.
He's a passing grade.
You go first with Giovanni.
A.
Damn right.
Oh my God, really?
Dog, you thought I was going to give him anything less than an A? That's my king. I thought you were joking when you said A.
No, I was not. Dude, and it's completely, it's 100% bias.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite player in the NHL. I was going to joke with you, and you were going to be like, oh, I'll give him like a C plus or whatever, or like a C, and I was going to be like, well, I'm giving him an A because it's Giovanni Smith and I love him. Nah, yeah, hell yeah.
They tied for team lead in penalty minutes with Philip Hronek at 26. He doesn't take shots. He's played in 24 games, only been a healthy scratch in a few. But dude,
what's he asked to do? What's he asked to do?
Be an enforcer, and
what does he do? Damn right.
He's such a fun player to watch, and he actually has a sneaky good shot when he does take shots. We saw that a couple days ago.
He does. I'm really hoping he's only 23. I'm really hoping that he could develop into like a solid like 3rd line grinder enforcer. I think that would be really awesome. Do you want to do goalies really quick before this break, and then we can do defenseman and team after?
That's a good idea because goalies are going to be a quick one.
Yeah, they are.
I'm going to do Thomas Grice first. Because I think we're going to be lockstep with Alex Nedeljkovic.
I think so too.
Thomas Grice honestly has really underperformed my expectations for him this season. I know he's like 36 years old. He's older, but he had a really hot second half. I got to give him a C minus.
Yeah, I was
maybe even a
D
plus.
I was going to give him a C. Yeah, it's certainly he has his moments. He'll have a game or two sprinkled in there, which is the only reason that it's keeping me that high for me because as like he truly is the backup now. It's not 1A, 1B. He is 2. That really, if he can just sprinkle in a couple of games a month where he's, on his head, and he still has shown that at times on a blue moon.
Yeah,
He still
this
has
last
that
game
in
he
him.
played, he had good.
Right. So that's the only thing that's keeping me up at a C for him. But yeah, it's C at best.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just what it sucks. It hurts his trade value, but it's good for Alex Nedeljkovic because it gets him an opportunity to take over that starting role, and he excelled. He had a 4-game stretch where he didn't look that good, but outside of that, he has been phenomenal this entire freaking season. I got to give him an A.
Yeah, he's an easy A for me, especially when you're comparing what the expectations for him were coming into the season, and you base him off that. Easy A.
Easy A. When we come back, we're going to do the defensive core and then just give you a team grade overall. But first, I got to talk to you guys about BetOnline.ag. BetOnline has you covered this holiday season with more props, odds, and lines than ever before as football continues its march through the college bowl season and the pro football playoffs. BetOnline remains your number one spot for all the sports action this season. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use promo code LOCKEDON to receive your bonus. From basketball, football, NHL, boxing, and UFC, right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports. So don't wait to take advantage of all the new amazing offers available. BetOnline, where the game starts. Final segment, Locked On Red Wings Wednesday edition. As we power through a COVID shutdown, we're going to do some mid-season grades a little early. We did in the first 2 segments, we did forward, core, and goalies. Here we're going to do some defense. And let's start with the easy one. Always start with the easy one. Moritz Seider.
A+.
A+, baby. Comes in right off the bat. SHL Defenseman of the Year last year. Comes in number 1 defenseman immediately and has been excelling. He just looks so comfortable out there. Like, screw the Calder. Norris Trophy talk. Let's go.
A+, baby. Easy A+.
Easy. Let's go to his defensive partner, Danny DeKeyser.
Sure. Yeah, this is a pretty easy D for me. This is not even really like a difficult. The only thing for me was whether it was going to be what variation of a D it was going to be.
Yeah.
But I think I'm pretty comfortable giving him right in the middle there, just giving him a solid grade there. I mean, what is there to say? The skating's gone. I still love the dude to death. I really do. But the skating's gone. He is, I mean, pretty comfortably the worst defenseman that gets regular minutes on this team, and he's on our first line. So it's pretty easy to give him a pretty poor grade.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Danny DeKeyser and have been since the moment he joined the team. But if we're being completely unbiased and honest, it's got to be a D, man. You're spot on. It's just he has not looked sharp. And like you said, I think the back injuries over the past few years have really messed him up. His speed's gone, and he's struggling to keep up right now. And we've seen the war of DeKeyser versus the war of Moritz Seider so far through the season, and it's just like, we've gone down that route. We don't have to do it again. D. I hope he can turn it around, man. I really do, but it's just not been a good first half of the season for Danny DeKeyser. The recent acquisition, Nick Leddy, second pair defenseman. He's been okay. I got to honestly, C+. He hasn't really wowed me. He hasn't been as good as I thought he was going to be, but he hasn't been horrible. C+.
Yeah, I was going to give him a C+ too.
Stop agreeing with me.
Probably a goal away from a B-. Just I don't know. We were kind of excited about him because last year he showed the ability a lot more to kind of play quarterback a little bit, and even though he's on the second line there, whatever. We haven't really seen too much of that, and he hasn't been a liability. Again, C+ is not some horrible grade, but yeah, I think that's probably fair.
Yeah. His defensive partner for most games, Phil Peronic, went through a stretch where he was healthy scratched, came back, has been playing pretty well since. somewhere in the B range, man. I don't know. I don't know which variation of B to give him.
Yeah, I was going to give him a B minus.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
fair.
I mean, he he's always been an Apple machine, right? And that's that's carried over. He's still getting assists at a pretty good clip. He's still pretty effective back there on the blue line and in transition and stuff, and that's always good. But I mean, he's we know what Filip Hronek is at this point. I don't think too many people are out there, even though he's still only 24. I don't think too many people are out there like, oh, just wait till Filip Hronek blows up. Like I think this is about, you know what I mean. I think this is about
Yeah.
what he's going to be, and he hasn't after he came back from being healthy scratched, because at the beginning of the season he was horrid. Since he's come back the last couple of months, he's been
Yeah,
we are who they thought with it, who we thought they were.
And Moritz Seider are constantly fighting for, most minutes on the ice. Like he is a player that gets consistent responsibility on this team, and I think he's earned it. He's career wise, he's probably looking at a middle pair defenseman who will be power play number 2. That is something that every team needs, and it's something the Detroit Red Wings need. Filip Hronek's gonna be a fixture on this team for years to come. If only he could get that slap shot on net. But that is this is a different conversation. But yeah, I you know what, B. I'm gonna go from a B minus to a B on Filip Hronek. I think since he's come back, he's looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Gustav Lindstrom. I think this is gonna be a good one for both of us. I actually think I'm gonna give Lindstrom, based on where he is playing in the lineup and what the expectations were for him this season. I gotta give him a B plus. I think he's been exceeding expectations for almost every fan of the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a B. I think that he has the biggest thing with him is the versatility that he has shown, because with all the injuries and the people coming in and out of the lineup so frequently, he has been everything from top line D to third line D and played plenty of second line too. He really is just kind of a filler of wherever he's needed, and has not been a liability no matter where we have put him. So easy B, even B plus for sure.
And then he's actually a +4 on this team right now, which is a +8 on this team. Nope, I read that wrong again. God dang it. +4. My eyes tricked on me because Penalty is right next to it. He's a +4 on this team right now, which we don't want to talk about. We talk about how you can't really rely too much on plus minuses. But, he's doing something right out
22
there.
games played. Yeah, it's respectable.
Nick Leddy is lead team worse at -14. So you can't put all your stock in plus minus, but it does give you some kind of picture as to what they're doing out there. Mark Stahl, the guy who plays defense with most of the time. We talk a lot about Mark Stahl, and we're fairly positive on Mark Stahl, but that's mostly because expectations for him were very low. I comfortable giving him a C+.
I'm going to give Mark Stahl a B.
Really?
First
time we've been really very different.
He got the A slapped on him, and he has provided very solid second line D minutes. And he doesn't get noticed because he's on the second line, and Mo Seider and the other A are on the top. But I think that him not getting noticed is a good thing. And I think he's provided really, really valuable ice time. And again, we talk about not holding too much merit into plus minus, but he's a +6 in the second line. So I'm totally fine with giving Stahl a B. I think he's been really, really solid, and has certainly exceeded the rather low bar that I set for him coming into the year.
Yeah, he's been better than advertised, but to an extent where I'd give him a B, I don't know. I think C+ is like slightly above average is fair, but we're allowed to disagree, even though my opinion's better than yours. I love you, Scotty. Let's see. We got Jordan Osterley and Dan Renouf. Osterley, that's an interesting one. A guy who isn't an everyday defenseman, is right now because Troy Stetcher's injured, who we're not going to bother to grade. I don't know, C-. That he's in the C range for sure. He hasn't really been that impressive for the Detroit Red Wings. He's been okay. He's been literally what they signed him to be, which is an extra body for healthy scratch purposes.
Yeah, C- was mine too. Spot on.
You want to do Dan Renew? 4 games played, called up, got sent back down, called back up, sent back down.
A+.
So yeah, A+. Get out of here.
A+.
I didn't catch that at first.
A+ for Dan.
Oh my God, Scotty Bentley.
He's going out here. He's throwing bows. He's
A++.
He's dropping gloves. Dan Renew is an A+.
An S ranking. An S ranking.
What's an S?
It's like a video game terminology. It's like above an A. It's like means they're like elite
S
category.
Tier. Yes.
Yeah, S
Beauty.
tier.
Love it. Yes, absolutely.
He's S tier. That's how great Dan Renew is.
Taro Hiroshi, A+.
Okay, yeah, played one
There's
game.
the show.
Oh my God. The team as a whole, they currently are sitting second in wild card. This is going to be an interesting one because just based on how happy I am with how they've been performing, I want to give them an A, but they also have gone on like several cold stretches. They went on a 4-game losing streak. They're horrible on the road, but they've just taken huge strides forward from last year. I think it's fair to give the team as a whole a B+.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. I was really caught between B and B+. So I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I think it, like you said, team. I don't think anyone expected us to take this big of a step forward, and everybody was kind of waiting for the fall off, and it still hasn't come. So I'm pretty comfortable with a B+, and yeah, and some B or B+, I'm very fine with.
It feels so good to be a Red Wings fan again. Like the last few years, and can we also? I know we got to wrap things up here, but in terms of how fast rebuilds are going, and we're not out of it yet, but Red Wings fans have gotten incredibly lucky at how short this rebuild has been in the long run. It was a rough, really few years. Like after they didn't make the playoffs in 2017, I mean, those years were awful. But I mean, the fact that they're in the playoff hunt halfway through the season with 2 rookies on the team who are Calder favorites, I mean, Yzerman has worked wonders on this roster to make them competitive so relatively fast.
And still have, it's not like it's they called all their best prospects up too early, like not too early, but early in the rebuild, and now, we're going to kind of plateau again. Like there's still Kosa and Edvinsson that are still just like waiting. You know what I mean? Like we still have reinforcements yet to come, even on top of what we've already seen. So it is really exciting that it's ahead of schedule and not even close to done yet.
Locked On Red Wings fans get an A+ for being loyal listeners every single day.
Unless you don't subscribe to YouTube.
Then you get an F. You guys failed. An F.
It's a pretty pass-fail system we have for that one.
And since you guys are the best.
Brian gets an A too.
Oh, thank you. Scotty gets a B.
That's fair.
No.
That's fair.
Scotty Bentley gets he's S tier. He's S tier. We're just stroking each other's egos at this point. Thanks for making Locked On Red Wings your first listen every day. Now make your second listen Locked On Bets, your daily one-stop shop for all your gambling needs. Locked On Bets hosted by your boy Q with expert analysis and insight from Lee Sterling. It's free and available on all platforms. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow evening as we talked some World Juniors is on the slate for tomorrow. If that even happens, hopefully it happens because we're going to be talking about it. Same time, same place. It's your team every day.
Go Blue every day.
There it is.